I'm Scott Allen Miller. It is the 24th of December, 2021. It's Christmas Eve, or here in Latin America, it's actually Christmas. More on that in a minute. Welcome to the Sheep Guarding Llama vlog. All right, so it is, I had no idea. We all just learned this, a kind of last thing last night. So Yvonne's told us, apparently, no one tells me anything, but apparently she told Dominica that they're having the staff Christmas party the night before Christmas. So we thought Christmas Eve, right, on the 24th. No, it was last night on the 23rd, which was great. We had a really fun party last night. Yvonne and the kitchen staff spent all of the 22nd making food for everybody. This amazing relleno. They did this, like, so much traffic. I'm on a back street. It is just non-stop traffic. They did rellenos, which is like, literally it means stuffing, but it's a lot more like nacho material. And they did this chicken that I can't describe, but it's like a really special, takes for like 6-hour cooking Nika chicken. And they made that on the 22nd, so that on the 23rd, we would have this meal. So they spent the whole day getting this ready. And before I forget, so this happened today. No, the fire did not happen today. You can't really see it, but in this fire, because they threw it into a fire, on the 24th, because I'm recording this on the 25th, on the 24th, I discovered this while walking the dogs. That is a boa constrictor that was right here in the street where I'm standing. Clive wanted to get to it and a car hit it, and it's dead like everything. But it's a Nicaragua dwarf boa. They're a full boa constrictor. They're just native here, and there's apparently a lot of them. They're relatively docile though. Anyway, so we had this big dinner that kind of was sprung on us because we thought the day before Christmas was the 24th, but it's the 23rd. And it just had this huge feast. The entire team came in. It was great. Alan and Anna came. It was delicious. Everybody loved the food. I heard from the meat eaters that the chicken was like the best they ever had. The rellenos was amazing. Just everything was really, really good. We had a really nice time. A lot of the team got dressed up, and it was a nice party. It was no extended family. It was just the team. So this was like a company Christmas party kind of thing. And we did the Secret Santa. Now, Paul, Dominica, and I did not do Secret Santa. We didn't feel it was appropriate as the owners to get involved, but Alan and Anna did it. And pretty much the entire team did, and that seemed like they had a really good time. And there's like all this traditional stuff that they do with it. It was pretty cool. And then that was the night, right? Then it was time for bed. After that, everybody headed out because you spend a lot of the 23rd with your families after that stuff, or you go out and party. So because it's Christmas Eve for them, a lot of the girls were really dressed up and clearly going somewhere to do something, or going out dancing somewhere or whatever. That's a Tropigas guy. Like, that thing could explode. That was a little bit much. Okay. So today on the 24th, that was our last night, right? And today on the 24th is the actual Christmas. So this is the day everyone's with their family. So it was really quiet on the beach today because everybody's celebrating Christmas. I have no idea why it's a day earlier, but it is. And we are told this is not a Nicaragua thing. This is an all Latin America thing. But it's a day ahead of the rest of the world. So I spent the day doing a lot of video editing. I did a lot of just project stuff. We were open for most of the day at work, but it was very slow. So I was helping out with that, covering the phones and stuff as usual. And then we let everybody go around noon. It was a very nice day. And I was quite productive. I was able to get a lot of things done, so that was good. Our friend Cami, who we were with in Managua and in Laguna de Apoyo before that, has been staying in Leon. She is coming to Las Penitas this afternoon. And so a lot of the afternoon was spent trying to schedule that with her, because she was needing to find a bus and switch hostels and all that kind of stuff. She's staying at Caracalito, right across the street from us, or right down the street, I should say. And coming in on the chicken bus, not this one, but one just like the one coming behind me. That was just good timing. That was a nice paint job on that one. So it ended up, she went to the bus at about 4 o'clock. So at that point, I was pretty much done with work. The only thing I was working on is the first episode of This is Nicaragua. We now have a real logo for that. We've got some music stuff. I've got my first subscription to Epidemic Sound, so I can start playing with that and figuring out how that works. I'm learning a lot of things, new projects, very excited, right? And I did all the coordinating. I forgot about the camera. So the other day, my bag arrived. The other day was like yesterday. And then today, my new Olympus camera arrived with Melvin in Miami. So this is the OM-D EM-1 Mark II, hardcore professional camera, really, really good. The highest of high-end micro four thirds cameras. And I got the 12 to 100 f4 lens for it with built-in stabilization. So excited about all that. I have ordered but not yet received the SD cards for it. Holy cow, it requires some crazy SD cards. A normal camera that normal people uses like a $13 to $17 SD card. High-end ones like I use, like my other Olympus, my pen, that requires a $30 SD card. It wasn't until after I bought this camera that I found out that I did know that it used two SD cards. The secondary SD card is that $30 one. The primary one is a $200 one. Oh my gosh, right? And you have to have a special reader for it. So I had to order all that. I ordered polarizing filter, UV filter, little things like batteries, chargers, that kind of stuff. Hopefully I've got everything I need on its way and arriving in a day or two, but the camera and the lens arrived. Melvin was able to confirm those today and the bag was already there. So the really big items are all in hand at this point. He should be here on January 4th. So that was a big exciting thing for me today. Paul's big thing recently is he got a motorcycle and a scooter, right? So he has a lot of two-wheeled toys. Dominica just wants a house for Christmas, which we are working on. As part of all the other stuff going on, Alan's house that he was just recently got and was all set moving into Ponaloya, they contacted him this morning and are like, well, he decided not to rent it. Sorry. So he's screwed. So we spent the day looking at houses. We did run over to Las Palmeras and we're like, oh my gosh, we were told you might be able to make us a deal. Maybe this would be better than renting a house. And they quoted us, instead of, we were assuming a total price of like $8,000 for renting for all of us to rent houses together for 6 months. Not together, just the total price for everybody would come out to about $8,000 or less, possibly quite a bit less, possibly as low as like $4,000. Actually, probably, well, yeah, somewhere in between. They wanted $45,000 and not even a dedicated house. We're like, are you out of your minds? So we're not doing that. So they're looking for a house. They have no idea what they're going to do. And that is really stressful because they need to find something really, really quickly. Wow. Okay. So much going on. It's just a crazy busy day. So Cami went to get her bus. I'm getting onto a basketball court, by the way. I've never recorded here, so this is all new. Right in the middle of the barrio, but really close to where we're hoping to be building soon. Fingers crossed on that as well. She went to get the bus at 4 o'clock, ended up having to take a couple buses. So she took the bus to Marquetita and then had to wait until 5 o'clock to catch the chicken bus to come to the village with us. She got on that at 5, arrived at about, 5:30, 5:40, went to Caracalito, got checked in. And by about 6, I headed down to collect her and we came back to the hotel. It was already dark, so she didn't get to see the sunset. So it was just after 6, because if you get there at about 5:45, you would still see the sunset. We had dinner there, but that wasn't until about 7:30. So she hung out for a little while, just visited, said hi to everybody, got to know the hotel. Dominica was busy all evening and much of the day because she's baking. She was baking gingerbread. She was making tea rings. She made her famous meatloaf, which is absolutely fantastic. And that's what we're having for dinner tonight at 7:30. With everyone in the hotel. That was really cool. And that was what Kemi was racing to get there for, because we were planning on having her for Christmas dinner. So this is our Christmas dinner, and really this works out because this is Christmas for all the staff. So there's just nobody around. After Christmas dinner, people started coming into town. This was a little bit interesting that town just started filling up. We weren't paying really close attention because we had our annual viewing of White Christmas tonight. Yvonne and Camille joined us. We tried to do it on a projector out in the restaurant, but we couldn't get the projector to work. The projector worked, but we couldn't the combination of sound or a laptop having issues or just whatever, it just big pain. So we ended up just moving everyone into the office, which is nice because there's air conditioning, and watched it on the big TV with the couch. And neither Yvonne nor Kemi have ever seen White Christmas before. Lisa actually stayed and watched it with us, but she didn't really watch it. She just used her iPad, but stayed with us. Luciana abstained, as always. The kids just don't like White Christmas. I don't know what we did wrong. It's such a good movie. So that was cool. We watched that. We went through a couple bottles of wine throughout the evening. And then once White Christmas was done, I walked Kemi back to Caracalito. She was pretty tipsy at that point. Made sure she got home. They were actually playing bingo, and it was packed with people. I couldn't believe it. And Cholitos across from us, completely packed with people. Apparently after Christmas, which is the 24th today, it becomes a huge night to go out drinking and partying. So we heard from a lot of the staff that, yeah, Christmas is during the day, Christmas night is the huge party, and the 25th, the day after Christmas, is when everybody recovers from their hangovers and parties on the beach. We're learning so much. And this is our first time for Dominica or I in 20 years doing anything with Christmas that's not in Texas with the family or in New York with the family. And it's the first time the kids have ever not been with the family. And in all of our travels, we have never done any locations for Christmas. We've always made it back, right? Obviously from the first statement, that must be true. But so we've never experienced it in any other place. So these variations that could happen, like this one seems like it's way more than we would normally expect, but these are not variations we ever encounter because we always have gone home. We also learned that thousands of flights were canceled in the United States and almost 10,000 delayed today because of COVID issues in the United States because they don't have, all the crews are sick. So thank goodness we weren't trying to do that. We would have been caught in so many travel issues that we didn't even anticipate at the beginning when we canceled and said we couldn't go back for Christmas. So wow, what a ride that would have been, or lack of ride, probably in many cases. This has been a really wild cultural experience for us. It was lots of fun and a cultural experience for everyone else as they learned a bit about us with food and our cultures and White Christmas. And then we will be celebrating our Christmas with the kids tomorrow morning on the 25th, like Americans typically do, which no one else is doing. They're all like, you do what? This is weird. So yeah, that was our day. And I will see all of you tomorrow.